At first glance, it looks like an empty landscape. No buildings, no streets, no people. Just silence. But this place wasn't always empty. A city once stood here. Thousands of people lived normal lives, families, schools, markets, memories. And then, it vanished. Not destroyed by war, not swallowed by nature, but intentionally erased. And what's more disturbing? Most of the world was never supposed to know it existed. Imagine waking up one morning and discovering that your city has been removed from every map. Street signs gone, records deleted, photos confiscated, as if your entire life had never happened. This is not fiction. This happened. And it happened in a country powerful enough to make an entire city disappear, quietly. Stay until the end, because what happened to the people is even darker than what happened to the city. During the Cold War, secrecy was a weapon. Nations built cities that officially did not exist. One of them was Ozersk, a closed city in the Soviet Union. But for decades, Ozersk was not on any map. You could not book a ticket there. You could not mention its name publicly. And if you lived there, you were legally forbidden from telling anyone where you were from. To the outside world, Ozersk didn't exist. And yet, behind invisible borders, something was happening that would permanently alter human history. Ozersk was built for one reason only: to support the Soviet nuclear program. Inside the city operated Mayak, one of the most secret nuclear facilities ever created. Workers were told they were serving their country. They were promised better housing, higher pay, and protection. What they weren't told was the cost. In 1957, something went wrong. A massive explosion occurred at the Mayak facility, a nuclear disaster now known as the Kishtim disaster. It released enormous amounts of radioactive material into the environment. Entire villages were contaminated. But instead of warning the public, the government chose silence. No emergency broadcasts, no global headlines, no evacuations announced, because officially, nothing had happened. The Soviet government acted quickly. Maps were altered, affected areas were renamed or removed entirely. Medical records were classified, and residents were forced to sign non-disclosure agreements. Some villages were evacuated at night, others were simply abandoned. And Ozersk? It was sealed. People began getting sick. Children developed strange illnesses. Life expectancy dropped. Doctors were instructed not to mention radiation as a cause. Families watched loved ones die without ever being told why. So why didn't the world find out? Because information was controlled with absolute force. For decades, Ozersk was referred to only by a code, City 40. No mail, no photos, no outside contact. Residents lived in what many later described as a golden cage. They had better food than most Soviet citizens, but zero freedom. Leaving the city required special permission, and many were never allowed to leave at all. But here's the most unsettling part. Even after the Soviet Union collapsed, the city remained closed. Years later, classified documents began to surface. Scientists confirmed that the Kishtim disaster was one of the worst nuclear accidents in history, only surpassed by Chernobyl and Fukushima. But unlike those disasters, this one was hidden. Generations were exposed, and entire bloodlines paid the price. Remember the empty land you saw at the beginning? That silence is not natural. It was manufactured. Ozersk still exists today, but access is restricted, surrounded by fences, guarded. And while the world now knows its name, many details remain classified.
which raises a disturbing question. How many other cities have been erased that we still don't know about? History is not just written by the winners. Sometimes it's deleted by them. If a government can erase a city, what else can it erase? And more importantly, would you trust a map ever again? This is Hidden Archive, and some truths were never meant to be found.